Okay, on this machine, we do not have the controller, the actuators and everything on this side. It's actually on the back side. We have access to get to those for maintenance purposes, repair, or anything like that. But in this case, we have it on the other side because we have 3-yard containers, and the arms on the container will actually butt against here for you to latch us together. And here's the arm. Okay, it'll be centered. Both of these arms will actually touch the edge of the bar here. One here and one here. Okay? With the positioning of where this is, it'll probably have maybe an inch or so, but basically you bring it as far as it'll go. Okay? Once that container's up, you can do the single ratchet binder, come up and grab your can. Okay, we'll get to that, how to do that in a few minutes. This is the compactor controller. Okay, basically the motor, your 3-phase goes in here. In this case, it's going to be 480 volts from the disconnect. You're going to run your disconnect down, come up through the bottom here, and you're going to have your 3 feed wires coming into here. Okay, you're also going to have a ground and a neutral. The ground goes to any of the green terminals here. The neutral goes to any of the white terminals here. Okay, so you're going to have 5 wires coming from your disconnect. And again, the green goes to green, white goes to white. Your 3 main feeds come right at the top of your relay here. Okay, just like any other compactor. Okay. This guy here in this particular job on Tower 12 is probably going to be mounted literally right here in the hole. Okay. It's going to be a little angle here, basically mounted in the hole. It's in the drawing. The drawing is inside this control panel. Okay. The compactor works 100% by itself. If the compactor fails, the sorter's still going to work, the doors are going to still work. If there's a problem with the doors or the sorter, this guy is 100% independent, doesn't talk to anything else. Okay, just like any other compactor. Okay. This here is the control box for the sorter. Okay. You have auto, manual. If it's in manual mode, you can change each of the diverter plates. Okay? In order for the machine to reset itself whenever power is off or anything like that, if any of these indicators here are on, what you want to do is go into manual. You want to make sure that both of these are turned all the way to one side. Okay? Turn it off, turn it back on. It's going to know it's going to reset itself. Okay? At that point, it's going to eventually revert back to trash and ready to go. Okay? If you lose power while the machine is diverting, it doesn't know that it's in what position because it hasn't hit any limit switches. So if that ever happens while it's moving, you'll have to do a reset and manually move these over to one side or the other. Okay? That way, once you hit the limit switches, turn it off, turn it on, it's going to go through a diagnostic and say, okay, I'm ready to go, and it's going to be functional. That's what these lights here are for. Okay? If there's a problem, one of these will be on. Okay? This one here is, there's a jam or fault. That means that, again, it doesn't see one of the relays or one of the limit switches. Okay? So we would manually move them over. This would go off. Okay? This is plate moving. This comes on anytime that the diverter is actually changing from trash to recycling or from recycling to another recycling or anything. This is going to come on until it gets ready for whichever, whether it's trash or recycling. This comes on anytime a door is open. Okay, just like all the red lights on the door system or up in the rooms, this basically says it's in operation. One of the doors is open, it's in operation. Okay, these are just like the buttons up on each floor. You got trash, you got recycling A, recycling B. One might be considered for glass, one might be considered for paper, depending on the jurisdiction, how it's being used. Main power on. This indicates power being on, and this one here means it's ready, it's gone through diagnostic, and it's ready to run. If this light does not come on, check for these lights, and you might have to reset it. Okay, this is going to be on just about all the time. If this is not on, check your stop button here, and check your stop button up on. There's a second one on the machine itself. Okay, there's also that green light, which is the same as the ready light. Okay, so this button and this light is the same as what's on the machine itself. Okay, so again, if this is on, check your emergency stop buttons. Okay, pause it.